Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Idle Park Talk Show. Gifting is a concept that has been in existence for as long as anyone can remember. It's practiced differently across the world, differently in different religions and cultures and communities. Christmas is here, and it's a time where people show appreciation and show love for each other through gifting. Who else to have this conversation but with someone who has made gifting a part of her life and her business? She is the founder and CEO of Emerald Gifts, and she is Lenny. Good evening, Lenny.
Good evening, Aston. Good evening, Ghana.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for
long drive.
It has been a long drive.
Well, it's Christmas. Isn't that part of the celebration? Driving across the city to be with friends and family and to be in the studio.
It's the season to be merry.
But first, a word from our sponsor. Are you looking to become an IT specialist? FLASHNET Tech is a local company that offers courses for you to move up the ladder in the IT industry. Courses are meant for beginners or for long-standing professionals. They offer services such as Linux System Administrator, AWS Solutions, DevOps, Cybersecurity, and many more. Classes are specialized and are very flexible. Please contact them today for all your needs about IT education.
So I will dive right in. Like I mentioned earlier, gifting is a concept, of course, that's practiced everywhere, right? As a child and growing up in Cameroon, for example, how was this concept practiced? What experiences did you have as a child growing up with gifts and gifting?
So growing up back in Cameroon, I experienced gifting in our culture when someone was born, a new baby in the family, when someone was promoted at work, when someone graduated from school, from nursery school, from primary school, high school, name it, university. There was always a celebration and gift. When someone died, food and some packages for the family to eat while they're mourning. So it's really rooted in our culture to always give. It's maintaining and strengthening relationships and bonds.
Do you feel like Christmas in particular, the gifting has changed from what it was like when we were growing up?
I think that it has, in a sense that as we're growing up and also we're becoming more financially stable, the types of gifts that we're gifting to our friends, our mates, our kids, it's different, right? It's still the toys, gadgets, but quality.
I know.
And also because you have more money now in your pocket, it's.
I don't know about
that. and is it more about? I think people would argue that there's the commercialization of
Christmas.
Events like Christmas and New Year, for example, right?
Yes.
How do you? What's your thoughts about that?
My thoughts on the commercialization of Christmas. I think because of that, we know Christmas.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Christmas, it's a season where our Savior was born, Jesus Christ. He came to earth. He was gifted to us by his Father. So it's a time people tend to want to gift their friends and family gifts to celebrate that, that big gift that we got from the Almighty. And now, everyone's doing that, even non-Christians.
Yeah.
That's the interesting thing about it. So as to the commercialization of Christmas, well, it's a good thing.
For business people like you.
Yes, for business people like me, and for bigger organizations, they're making money out of it. And also, I think it's another way of I want to put it like a missionary, right? It's spreading that cheer and spreading the joy of Christmas, because Christmas is all about that.
Yeah. But don't you think like this is also like a double-edged sword? Like people who cannot afford the gifts, because you rightly said gifts are becoming more expensive.
They are.
And some people are feeling like a type of way, like I can't afford these gifts for my loved ones, and I see the other people doing it. Are people, in their own right to feel that way, like
pressure
to
I understand you saying that, but there are different ways in which we can offer ourselves to the people that we care about. It doesn't have to be material. It could be an experience.
Okay.
You can take someone out, like go hiking. No, it's winter. No, it's not a perfect time for hiking, but you get the idea. Go,
something that doesn't cost
a
fortune.
money. Exactly. So, and I think that people actually value experiences more than the value gifts.
Yeah, that's true.
I agree to disagree, but again, just because, in as much as experiences do count, and I agree that they do. Sometimes people want a little bit more than just experiences. People want something that is tangible, something that they can see and touch, something that they could show their friends. Because again, it's all about that, right? It's like, oh, I got a gold plated bracelet or something. You want to put it out there and show people, right?
I do understand that, and also it has to do with the individual. Everyone has a different love language, if you put it that way. And people communicate differently. Showing off, it's okay. It's okay to show off. It's okay to show off, but there are also people who you would buy the expensive gift and they would not open it.
Right.
And it's not because they don't like the gift, like they don't feel like they need to use it at that point.
At a particular point.
So you seem to kind of need to know who you're making a gift for and what do you think they might or might not like as a gift, right?
Yes, I do. So that's the big thing about Emerald Gift. We're big on customization.
Right.
So we try to personalize. So when I set out to create a gift, I want to know who. I don't need to know the name. I just want to know who are you gifting it to. What's the relationship? Based on that, I'll ask, give me one trait. One personality trait of the person. I try to envision. I don't know who this person is. I don't know the name, or maybe it's just the first name. And then I create that basket with that in mind. And so far it's been received excellently. I'm getting wonderful reviews about the baskets and what was put in the basket for that person. And people really confirm that it's resonating with them. So that's beautiful.
Can you take us through the process of trying to figure out what works for people? Like, what are you thinking? What are the things that you're thinking? How do you bring out the person's personality in a gift that you're trying to give them?
First, I try to put myself in the person who is gifting.
Right.
I try to put myself in their shoe, and then based on that and the relationship dimension they have with this person. I try to work it that way. Like, if I were this person, how would I do it? And if I were the recipient, what would I like? The truth is, you might never get to read or understand everyone's mind, but I have to try. Like I said, so far the reviews have been amazing. So it means I'm doing something amazing or something great. So, I'm keeping on that, and I'm open to feedback. That's good. I'm big on it. I love to hear feedback. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? And then from there, with the offerings, the next offerings, I work on it.
Okay.
I know you've many people come to you for gift baskets and ideas. In your opinion, what's the difference or similarities between men and women when it comes to making to gifting?
That's an interesting question, and I see that it's a big subject of research as to who offers more gift and meaningful gift. Data doesn't lie. And I'm using my Facebook business page. Right. The data on it, I have about 70 or 73% of women. Right. And even for those who are reaching out, like I have about 63% of women reaching out for gifts. Right. That doesn't say the men don't offer gifts. So what I'm trying to say here is women, based on research, they would offer gifts to cement bonds and maintain relationships. Men, would go all out for a mate.
Okay.
Or someone they're interested in. That's not saying that men wouldn't buy gifts for, their friends.
Wives.
No, I'm referring when I refer to a mate is, wife or girlfriend
Okay.
or a lover.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is it doesn't mean that men wouldn't buy gifts for their friends. But I mean, according to research and, like I said, data, they would go all out for who they're interested in.
Yeah.
And you know why? Dominance, right?
Yeah.
Attraction.
Yeah.
So that's fueling the reason why they do that.
Right.
But in terms of meaningful gifts and, creating those bonds, women are bigger on that. But both sexes agree that giving gifts, there are benefits to it, right?
Yeah.
Like cementing relationships.
Can one say, and this is very debatable, can one say that women, according to your statistics, that women are more upfront with in terms of numbers, right? Because they give little gifts on every occasion. So, for example, I am married. My wife is thinking about my birthday. She's thinking about our anniversary. She's thinking about the kids. But men really don't think a lot about
and we always get in
those
trouble.
events, right? We get in trouble, and we don't change.
Yep.
Would that argument make any sense?
You have to be truthful here.
Yes, I have to be, but I can say yes or no to it. Yeah, but it's a point. It's really legit.
Yeah. But I feel like naturally men and women are different, right? We've always said that on this show, right?
Men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
We naturally are different. I think women are more social, so they're more attuned to keeping a social harmony in any relationship.
And that's right. And women communicate better. Well,
that's debatable. That's besides the point.
But really, that is an exceptional way of communicating, right? Because
and women are naturally good at that.
Women are really good at that. And I guess the question I was going to follow up with that was, what kind of messages or emotions are people trying to communicate when they come to you?
They're trying to communicate that they care about their relationships. They're trying to communicate that they appreciate the people in their lives. It's interesting. Like sometimes I'm moved with the emotions, and I feel like crying on behalf of the client. The client, and the reason being, like, you're looking at this. And it shows the length in which people would go for people they care about. Like, it's interesting. I really want to talk about it. It's interesting. Like, you see someone contact me from the United Kingdom. Okay, send this gift to my friend in the US. Send this gift to my friend in Adri. Send this gift to my friend in Ontario. 3 gifts from one person. Then someone contact from the US. I want you to do this for my friend in the US, one in Canada, 2 cities in the US. And it's amazing, like the length and depth in which people would take
to appreciate.
And talking, okay, now that's going far and out of country. Talking about Calgary. The love has been amazing.
Right.
The support has been amazing. And then I see spouses. I've had a situation, it's not just one, on Valentine's, where both couples are contacting me.
Right.
Gifting each other.
Yes. How beautiful is that?
Exceptional.
How beautiful. It's so beautiful. And, it's heartwarming to see that. So I feel like this is what I'm called to do, right? Like, spread that cheer, encourage it.
Is that
encourage people to communicate through gift.
Okay,
I think you're trying to ask if that's
your most inspired story. We're not trying to dock anyone here.
One of many.
One of. So, people have different. I've talked about those love languages. People have different love languages. Some people, it's service. Gifts don't make.
Like me, gifts. I don't know. Gifts, personally, I don't move me that much.
My husband doesn't care for gifts.
Gifts don't move me that much.
Service. Clean up.
That's my kind of guy. That's my kind of guy.
Are the bills paid on time? Are the kids ready for school? When that is done, that's how money. So, like I said, everyone has a different way of communicating. So, I would know if I want to buy my husband a gift, I would know what to buy, because he doesn't value.
So consider that you're really into this. What will you get a gift for? What will you get for that kind of a person who's love language is not really gift. It's like acts of love. I mean, acts of service. Yeah.
Acts of service. I would offer a service.
Yeah, you giving.
So I would offer myself
cleaning.
Not just cleaning. Come on, everybody is required to clean.
To do that.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And he does. He's big on that. I would offer myself, and I would see where he needs. He needs some help,
right.
and I'll get in there.
Yeah.
And and that way he appreciates it, and you'd see it. You see that he's happy about it. For me, it's words of affirmation and gifts.
Yeah.
I do the gifting. Like, I'm not big on receiving gifts. I'm not excited about it, but I love to show people that I care about them by giving gifts.
Giving gifts,
And I love to affirm people. So when I talk, I want to match it with those gifts.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how I came about the concept of embryo gifts. I never planned to go into business.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was, pandemic happened.
Yeah.
And I would prepare some baskets or gifts for friends and drop at their doors. Back in the early days of the pandemic,
That's what I expected to do, right?
where we couldn't, meet face to face, you would stand by your car and say, "Hi, I love that for you."
Yeah.
And it was welcomed well. And on one occasion, it was a housewarming during Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And someone said, "Oh, I would buy something like this."
I can make money from this.
So I'm like, would you pay for this?
Yeah.
So I made like a little pastry tray, and then wrapped it up and took it for housewarming. And she said, I would pay for this, and you should consider this. Oh, I said, okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And it was just at the back of my head. And then I just threw it out once, and then the new year I threw it out again. Mm-hmm. And I'm a spiritual person. Not deeply religious, but I'm a spiritual person, and I believe that we coexist together for a reason. Yeah. And we're here together in time and space for a reason. Mm-hmm. If I meet you, there's a purpose for me meeting you. That's what I believe. Yeah. So with that belief in mind, I always also have this thing that, okay, if there's something I'm looking for, and I'm not sure about how to go about it, and I said, okay, I'm going to be open, and I would say, okay, just show me the signs that this is for me. So I got so when people were talking about commercializing, I'm like, no, I would never put a price tag on a gift. Yeah. That was, that
was your mindset. Yeah.
That I would never put a price tag on a gift. It's a gift. And then also I'm like, but if people talk about this, then it's an opportunity for you to consider in terms of it would offer you, a larger scale to offer more gifts to people.
Right.
And I thought about it. I'm like, okay. I said, okay, still I'm not motivated. And then I said, okay, Lord, give me a sign.
Give me a sign.
Make me restless. Make me restless until I do this, if this is my call.
Yeah.
And then I had my sister friends and my mommy friends telling me, you have to do this.
Yeah.
They didn't know about my request, right?
Yeah.
Or my secret prayer. And then I wouldn't sleep at night. I would be so restless.
Yeah.
I said, Lord, okay, I get it. I get it.
Yeah. So like, what is it at the end of the day when your day is done and you feel like you've achieved something, making somebody happy with a gift? What are the emotions that you feel?
I'm at peace. Yeah. I feel like, I'm at home. And,
right.
That Japanese concept of the ikigai, that you're doing something that you love,
right,
making money from it. The motivation was never money.
Money, yeah.
And that's why I think that
money is a good thing.
It's a good thing. But I don't feel that I'm paid enough for what I do. Yeah. So it's more of a passion
love,
and passion. And because of that, I feel that I am at peace because I accepted, I accepted the call, if I may put it that way.
Yeah.
So I'm at peace and I'm happy that I'm doing it. Right. And I'm happy when I get those reviews, because it's not about people just giving me colorful reviews. I want to know what I did right and what I did wrong. And don't get me wrong, the times where I blundered.
Yeah, of course.
And someone would give me a feedback. I'm like, okay, I got this. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping I make this up to you.
Right.
So at the end of the day, it's all about, living your truth.
Yeah.
Are you happy doing this? Are you know, because we find, especially here, that a lot of us, well, some people, they go to work because we just have to. They're not happy with the jobs that they're doing. Yeah. So, of course we have to pay the bills. You have to, look for a job, or, at some point find what your niche is and then concentrate on it. Right. But, to have something on the side that makes you feel good and fulfilled and happy about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Any day, anytime.
I mean, at the end of the day, some have argued that the fulfillment is even worth more than what you get out of it, like the payment.
Yes.
People have talked about that.
That is right. That is true. And I'll concur with that.
Yeah.
So how would you describe M-Real gifts concept? Is it, for me, I would say an African with a touch of the West, based on what I have seen on your Facebook page. How would you describe it? This is how I would, if someone asked me, how would you describe the concept, your concept?
So that's interesting. So it's a fusion, let's put it that way. It's a fusion. I wouldn't say North American, I wouldn't say Western Asian. It's a fusion of
the world.
Yes. Yeah. Because, whatever I put my hands on and I look and see, okay, does it resonate with this person? What are this person's likes? What are their passions? So it could be anything coming from anywhere in the world, And good thing with our globalizations, we have products from everywhere. So, you get to pick that and put that together. So the concept of M-Real Gifts is personalization. So we're big on that. Customizing the gifts as per person's needs, and most of the times even the people that I create baskets on their behalf, they don't know what they want. They tell me, what, do it.
Okay.
And then I come up with those questions. Tell me, okay, what do I do? And then you said you're the expert, you take care of this. And also, it gives me that room for creativity.
To be creative. Yes. Right? It opens you up a lot for that, right?
You have your kids doing this with you. How's that going?
It's amazing. It keeps them, it keeps them motivated. And I'm like, oh, we have to do this. We're the CEOs, mommy. We need the money.
And it's some good family bonding time.
It is. Because, when they get to school, they go spend 8 hours, come back, homework. And before you know it, the day is gone.
Yeah.
So with being able to pick those items, I run around, pick those items, source them from wherever I source them, bring them home, and then we put them together. Or when we're in the kitchen, it's time for them, to help slice this, help put this together, stir, go ahead, stir.
Yeah.
Or you do the pastry, do the marking, do, decoration.
Yeah.
So it's good time spent together.
How's the husband on the M-Real gift?
The husband is a very busy man, but he's very supportive, because on days where I can't deliver or I need a favor, he will run, deliver the gift, and he would pick up some items for me, just send. Can you just, can you do this?
Yeah.
And he would run and do that for me.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
In one of your Facebook posts, you write, and I'm quoting here, "Giving is a language shared and understood by all." Can you elaborate a little bit on what
it is? When you look at the evolution of gifting, it goes as far back as cavemen. So, like you said, it's understood by all, and the reason back in the day, or back at the time of the caveman was to show dominance, attract mates, females, and empower all of that. And then you look at also tribes, our tribes, where they would confer a gift on people who have accomplished something on behalf of the tribe. They would it would come together, dance, eat, and then they would give titles and some gifts from that tribe to that person. You look at us from where we come from, where we've all experienced it in one way. You don't, and it. You don't have to be rich to give. So we've all given something out, or we've seen our parents gift things out. Our culture, food, items, gadgets, name them. We've all seen that. So it's just to concur that everybody understands what it means to give. Because it's a communication, right?
So let's get now to Christmas, which is a season that we're in. Like for the general population, especially people who are on a tight budget, how we advise them to go out and get a gift that is meaningful for a loved one.
So, if they can, because you know what, people would really appreciate you spending time with them if you can.
Right.
I mean, for those who are around, that's a gift. You're putting gas in your car. You're driving. You're putting your time. That's a gift. So gift giving, it doesn't have to be tangible.
Right.
It's okay to be tangible. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying, it doesn't have to be tangible. You give your time. You give yourself. That's a big gift. But also, with mentioning the commercialization of Christmas, the gifts out there for every budget. It's just about looking for a little bit of time, going out and looking to see what fits your budget.
Right. Maybe you're going to help us out here, because I struggle finding gifts for my wife, and it's always a struggle during Christmas. I don't know if other guys feel the same way, but it's always a struggle.
I hear you.
So I really like to get some tips and tricks on how to be able to give a very meaningful gift without having to cut an arm and a leg.
First, because you mentioned wife, which means you know what she likes.
Yeah. But her taste is a little bit expensive, so let me just get that out there.
Expensive is subjective.
He's talking about the more affordable, kind of gift, right?
So you say like know the person and know.
So what I mean is, looking for a wife, especially for a partner, you would know what they would appreciate, right? There's some people that would appreciate cash.
See, that's my kind of gift.
You get me? There's some people that would cash and they're good. Another will feel insulted that you offer them cash. So you see what I mean? Another person would appreciate an experience. Okay, take me to Banff.
That is expensive.
So it's more like just
it is expensive.
That's not a cheap one too.
It's beginning to feel like you can't really do a cheap, affordable kind of gift.
There are. And then the people would want the latest iPhone. I know there's a new iPhone right now in the market, right? The people would love to have
that, right?
So is it safe to say this is certain amount of money is that you're expected to spend? Because I only heard you mention of like McDonald's or a regular restaurant or a Walmart,
and that's what what I meant. Everyone is different, right? Someone would even appreciate, like, especially with this, there's gonna be a mad rush the next few days. Just say, okay, let's take a break. We'll go to McDonald's. Or the cake. Or okay, let's.
You see, you keep going up with the price. You keep going up with the price. I'm trying to bring it out. You keep going up.
No, but you get it.
I get the point.
I get the point.
Another important, a lot of people are struggling. We have a lot of homeless people, a lot of single mothers, a lot of single dads. A lot of orphans too. How important it is to think about these people that are less fortunate than other people at this time.
That's an interesting one. Giving back, especially to the people who appreciate those gifts, and that those gifts will bring some meaning into their life. I find now at stores you can actually offer some like money, extra money. And like my daughter, she came to me a few days back, took some, I want this amount. I want to offer it, for gift.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, for school, because the school was collecting on behalf of those unfortunate kids. I don't really want to call them unfortunate, but you get my drift. And in the past, I volunteered with non-profit organizations to package those gifts in boxes and send them out. I'm hoping and looking forward, especially next year, to have something like come up with like, especially for Christmas, where we can do that, and actually tally maybe with an association and go ahead and gift and gift to the kids that they can afford, or the parents who can afford to buy gifts for kids.
I personally feel like sometimes some people have too much and some people are struggling, right? So
some people have so much that they don't even want.
And even that isn't that like a good experience for your children, that you're trying to teach them to be, to care for other people that they have no relationship, right, with them, right?
And it's every household is different, but what I try to inculcate my kids is to so they appreciate their privilege. No one, I remind them, no one chooses to be born homeless. It happens, life happens, and no one chooses to be born an orphan too. So life happens. So if you don't find yourself in that shoe, then you try to, when you face, you get to face those people, you try to be loving and kind towards them, because it's not their fault that happens. And it's interesting because when we go to the store, and my daughter, my middle child, she sees a homeless sitting out. She's like, mommy, there's money in your purse.
To give them.
Can you
Isn't that nice? That's so nice.
That's pretty good.
And there was a day I remember she did that. I don't know if I mixed up the purse. It wasn't there. And the second day I went back and I saw the guy. I'm like, my daughter wanted me to give you this. And he said thank you. When I left the store, he was still there and he was like, say hi to your daughter.
Isn't that nice?
That was so sweet.
I guess as we're wrapping up, just the pandemic was still in the pandemic somehow. It keeps extending, but it still can't stop you from giving gifts and showing appreciation to people that you love, right? There are tons of ways. Can you speak to the different kinds of ways that you can show love without during the pandemic?
Yes, my business has grown,
tremendously
through the pandemic,
right?
So I can talk about that extensively. You have contactless packaging. I just I post them. I send Edmonton, Calgary. You can actually drop off at the door. Drop off and disappear, but at least try to make sure that person picks it up. So there's that contactless. But now, I think we've passed that contactless point now, where you can actually talk with someone. You don't necessarily need to hug someone, but you talk with a person and transmit a message. Okay, this is from this person. And this person wants you to know this.
Interesting.
I was going to ask, coming back to skill set, what skill set does someone need to have to do what you do? What is it about you that makes you good at what you do? Because you are, I should admit that you are pretty good at what you do. So what is it about you that makes you?
Thanks so much for the compliment. I'll take that. Well, I think that to be able to communicate to or transmit people's feelings to other people, you just need to be able to listen, to be able to have a little empathy. It's not needed all true, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like, try to always put yourself in someone's shoe. What are they trying to convey? And it's communication too. Communication. We might never get it, but I try to have a little effective communication. I try to understand what the person wants, and then throw it back. Okay, this is what I understand. Do you want it that way? And then you give me that okay, and I go. So it's all about communication. I'll put it that way.
And I guess your clients too need to be able to trust that you are able to deliver the vision that they have. Right?
Yes, and that's why I have to, like I said, effective communication. I need to throw it back to them. I need to throw it back to them. Okay, this is what I have in mind.
How does it?
Do you approve it?
Do we change it? What do we change?
Exactly. And sometimes I get that little oh no, take this out. Take this out. What do you suggest I throw in place of that, right? In place of that.
Interesting. Oh, when you start wrapping cars, I get you get lots of men.
Yeah, are you wrapping cars?
Are you wrapping cars?
I need a
On
check.
iPhones?
Check.
What check?
You
Check
give me
and
a
I
check
go get
and
a
you
car.
wrap it.
You go get a car, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you start doing that, I bet you get a lot of men coming to you for your service.
But I have men coming for my service, and you know what? The men don't play with the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're big.
So what are you saying about the women?
Oh, the women are paying good. The women are paying good. Don't get me. I get a lot of women.
Yeah.
So what I mean is the difference between the men and women is when they come in for the gifts,
Yep.
they come in for the gifts. They go all out. All out.
Yeah, you're saying something about women without saying something about women, but that's okay.
Oh no, they're not cheap. They're not cheap. The women are not cheap.
So the women are expensive too, like the men, right?
They are, but what I'm saying is the men double up. They're like, you know, you guys know. It's
I get the point.
Make it bold. If you want to make a point, you make a very bold point.
Very good point, yeah.
Exactly.
We don't come too often, but when we come,
we do.
it's a big statement.
It's a big statement.
It is.
What about? I know. I just want to be specific about the people from our community who might not be very. I don't think we are very familiar with giving gifts. People who might say it's a white man's thing. Like, how do you see people of our community interact or approach you or react with the kind of business that you do?
I have had enormous support.
Yeah.
I can't overemphasize about that. You know, first I thought, oh, who would get gifts, right?
I thought I would have thought so too.
Oh, the support has been amazing. So I don't know if I would put it like it's one of those misconceptions that we have out there.
Yeah.
Just like how, this conversation of the sexes, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a misconception, but you just need to communicate with your intended client in the manner that they want to be communicated, and you just need to understand what they need.
Yeah.
And
I know pay for it.
Yeah.
I think if you're offering value, people will pay for it.
People know value. I think
exactly, and I think that's what I'm offering, right? I'm offering value, and they're paying for that value. They're
exactly.
Identifying that value and going for it.
Exactly.
One question.
Yep.
That this is just my personal curiosity. You've mentioned that people come to you because they want to express or show love and appreciation and all that. Do you ever get people who come because they want to make an apology to someone?
I haven't had one yet.
Or one celebrate a divorce.
I haven't had one yet.
No?
None of those yet. None of those yet.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing? Or is it that people go down on a different they go to a different place to communicate? Maybe.
That I don't know.
But will you be open to that?
Maybe because I haven't sent out my messaging in that
way.
Yeah.
Because you're always lively, blah blah blah. People can come to you to apologize. That brings me to a question. Would you give a gift that goes against your moral compass?
No.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had that.
So if I want a few condoms and a vibrator and things like
that's
that,
different. That's different.
Oh, so you're okay with that one?
No. I'm not saying I'm okay with it. Let me tell you. Oh, come on. Like, to each their own, right? To each their own. I'm not gonna tell you, come on, don't pleasure yourself.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that, right? I have no grounds to say that.
Right.
What I'm trying to say is, the moral compass here is, okay, someone I know asking me to get a gift for a mistress.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That's what I mean by moral compass. I'm sorry, I will not do it.
Yeah. Or other things that you don't agree with or your values don't align with.
We all have values.
Okay, but let's say you don't even care to know. Do you really care to know the person or the relationship?
I try to.
You try to? Yeah, but if the person doesn't say it...
I'm not trying to impose myself into the relationship, right?
Yeah.
But when I'm getting a gift, and you know what? These things have a way of coming out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If someone's buying something with a mistress, they're not going to be too forthcoming. You would know. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
But if you don't know, you do it anyways.
I'll try. I try not to.
I think
that's why I try to.
For me, it might be difficult to hide who you're giving a gift for, because again, if your company needs to know what to wrap
That's right. That's
you
right.
have to some sort of
to convey
a little bit of.
And I get, first I get names and addresses, right? Telephone numbers.
Well, that doesn't tell you anything.
No, it's confidentiality.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but it doesn't tell you anything. Does it?
There's some things that tell a story.
Yeah.
It adds up, right? It adds up. Like you tell me one thing and then the other doesn't match.
Emriage, stick to gift giving. Don't be doing investigative work here.
I'm not doing investigative work.
Don't be the gifts police.
Just do your job. Send the gift where you have been asked to send the gift.
No, but still, I appreciate the fact that you are able to put in your morals and you're able to judge because again companies do that. I driving here I was listening to the news and I hear people talking about if they are investing in a company, they want to invest in a company that has regards for climate change, for example. So it makes sense, right? That you want your company to stand out in certain ways.
I think you're perfectly you're right to say I can do this gift.
I live in a community, right? And I think that being part of I'm proud to be part of my community,
right?
And I want to be someone who empowers my community. I want to be someone who strengthens my community. I never want to find. I never want to find myself at any point where I'm a point of division.
Right. But the side chicks too can be a point of unity. It's not necessarily point of division.
That's a conversation for another day.
This was a very interesting conversation. We had fun. Merry Christmas, Lenny.
Merry Christmas.
This was a good one. So we hope you celebrate well with your family.
And
thank you. Our viewers.
Thank you.
Hope you have a very wonderful Christmas with love.
And this is not a promotion, but I'll tell our audience that if you were looking at making a gift, she is the one to talk to.
Right.
Again, just putting it out there. Yeah.
So hope you guys are having a wonderful Christmas with your families, with your loved ones, and we hope you have some wonderful and meaningful gifts for them. This was a very interesting conversation. We were happy to have Lenny here. We received wonderful gifts as well. Go to our Facebook page. Please like and subscribe on our YouTube channel as well. Emriel have a Facebook page. You can go to your Facebook page and check on all the wonderful things they've been doing into your communities, both locally and internationally. And also please subscribe to her YouTube channel, to her Facebook page. Sorry, she doesn't have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So this was the Idle Park Talk Show, and we were joined by
Lenny.